right. So, I'm here watching the Red Bull Art of Motion, which is an international free running and parkour competition. It's about to start. And I just wanted to be able to give my commentary on the competitors this year and some of their performances. You can watch it live at redbull.tv. Okay, so right now they're preparing for the first competitors to go down the course. And the way that this competition works is the top 6 people from the previous year get to get their own heat. The top 6 athletes from an online qualifier who submitted a video showing basically their style get to compete, and then the top 6 people who came and did part of the 2-day qualifier from 2 years ago get to compete. Or not 2 years ago, sorry, 2 days ago get to compete. All right, here are the athletes. Alfred Scott. This dude is so tall. Pedro Salgado from Portugal. He's Peter Parkour. I like seeing his moves. He's got a lot going on. Pam Forster. She's got some good moves. This guy, Alex Shower. And Charles Long, they both made it in the on-site qualifier. Okay. This guy is also another one of those on-site qualifier guys. Bart van der Linden. This dude thinks he's the best free runner in the world, and it might be true. He's got some crazy moves. Nate Weston, he did pretty well last year. His final run though was pretty weak. Oh no, Sydney Olsen's not going to be competing anymore. Yeah, I was concerned that Sydney Olsen, she was coming off of a knee injury. I didn't know if she would be able to make it. She's one of Team Tempest, and I thought she would have put in a lot of work when it comes to at least competing on the women's end, but even so, just overall, she's got some really great moves, some great flow, huge jumps. Like, her precisions are so big. Joey Adrian, Kaylin Chan. This kid is 19 years old. He is so dang good. Gosh, what's her name? Sasha Sheva. She was a gymnast for Russia. All right. So I think the interesting thing to note about these runs and how they're judged is, yeah, there's 5 judges, and they each judge things like execution, creativity, flow, difficulty, and overall performance, overall impression. On a 500-point scale, last year you would see, I think the highest score was like a 403. But I think one of the most interesting things about these runs, and about like how people deal with the course, at least as an athlete, is they have a 90-second window to do their run. And most of these runs, it's been like this for years, most of these runs go 30 seconds or less. I think people really burn themselves out. They're not trained, they don't have enough cardio, and I think if an athlete were to show the longevity and go through the whole run, I think they would have so much more of an advantage than some of these other, than a lot of these other guys, because they have more time to get in more tricks. They can show that they can go for a lot longer. They show that they're much more athletic, and overall impression can be weighed a lot more based on how long they can consistently keep moving. Because a lot of these guys, they'll speed down the course, go straight, they start up here and they go down the course and then straight down, and they're done. They're burned out. Oh, there's Sydney Olsen right there. Let's see. They're talking about nerves in the sport, and right before the competition, or right before performing. And I think it's funny how indicative of how new this sport is. Oh, geez. So yeah, I think it's funny that they brought up nerves when you're starting, and right before, because high performance athletes in other sports, usually they'll ask, were you nervous right after their runs? And they'll say, no, actually I was just really excited. And that's just that's a result of having a lot of experience in competition and being able to reinterpret that activation energy, that little bit of nervousness, as some energy and as excitement. And the best athletes are always that good at that. Dude, I can't wait. Alfred Scott's gonna be the first one up in this run. I can't wait to see what I can't wait to see what the new guys pull off, because I've only really looked at, based on, I haven't really kept up with the people who won or got into the finals last year. I watched their performances last year, but I mostly looked into the people who did the online qualifiers and how much performance they have. So I want to see where they're going. But these on-site qualifier guys, these are totally new to me. So based on their early performance, I'll be able to kind of judge what I think, how much of a chance they have. Especially knowing how the judges are going to judge it. Having knowing it's the same judges as last year. All right, Alfred Scott getting ready. Tall, lanky guy with some big jumps. All right, Kong front. That's what he likes doing, that gargoyle gainer. Okay. You know, he's having a lot of low landings. You know, he's showing some flow, he's showing a little bit of creativity. Nothing too big, but having that that execution. I'm not sure. There's nothing like incredibly difficult. I mean, some of those gargoyle flips. But how long was that? How long was that entire run? Like 20 seconds? He's already gassed. He's already winded. So, I love seeing this guy perform because he just makes a flip look so easy. But all these low landings, I think they really hurt his flow. I think maybe he's gonna have score about 380, which is pretty good. But as the first person in the session to do a run, I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it. Come on, what's it gonna be? Shit. All right, Alfred Scott. What was it? Go back 10 seconds. 377. What did I say? 380? Exactly what I thought. All right, repping Portugal. Pedro Salgado about to start his run right now. Oh yeah, last year he did this big jump across, smashing into the wall of the tower and dropping about 15 feet. That was a cool way to start it off, but looks like he's gonna go with a more traditional free running route. Like he's probably going to do a flip over here, which this guy is really good at his parkour. I wouldn't say that is free running. Oh my god, wall smash straight into a fall flip, giving some flow over here. Okay, come on, get a better camera angle. Yes, he's going up and down the course. I love this. He's showing that he's got some great strides. What the hell? Just over bar. Pedro Salgado coming out like a dark horse right here. I love it. I love seeing his parkour. It's very smooth. His vaults are very good. But look. Oh, tic-tac onto a sad weak finish. I'm going to say he's going to get about a 360 score just because he did not have as many tricks, but some of that stuff was very precise. Dude, I loved this right here. Boom. On that precision onto a little ledge and to a wall flip. Precision right there. And then this right here where he does that overbar lache into a side flip. I don't know, it was a very low landing, so I don't know if the execution was right, but he has some smooth movement in those little moments. All right, let's see it. Come on. They got their iPads. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Yeah. They said he covered double the distance. Well, not only did he probably just go double the distance of Albert Scott, but his run was probably 10 seconds longer. Actually, I'm going to time these. Dude, look how many people are there. Like, it's so packed. Every year it gets more and more packed. Like, it's gonna eventually just be like a stadium where you can't see. 397, setting the score. Oh my gosh, I was totally wrong thinking that he'd be around 360. He had some really technical stuff in there, and not as many mistakes as Albert Scott. I think that since last year they had such a low high score that maybe they're raising their lowering their standards for their scoring. All right, here's Pam Forster. Pam has got some great capabilities when it comes to her free running, or when it comes to her like running. She's got some great cardio. She's got some good longevity. I think I got some notes about her. She's great with vaults and parkour, but I think her weaknesses are in momentum and building momentum and like small tricks, gaps. She has a lot of gaps in her performances that I've noticed where she's just running and moving and building that momentum. And so I think if she were sticking to her strength, I think that it's going to be with a longer run. So let's see. I'm going to time it. She's showing the parkour, but look at this long gap between anything. Coming down, okay, an aerial, coming down, nice little cache, doing some bar work. All right, she's a monkey. Oh no, broke the flow just to do a little trick right there. Vault. Oh no, not even a vault. This is a backflip. Little side flip and nope. I think she's running on adrenaline. It was a 35-second run, and you know what? I'm not liking that run, to be honest. I mean, let's take a look at like what Pam Forster has been able to do. Let's take a look at like what Pam Forster is able to do. I mean, she's got some great parkour abilities. Longevity, I think. She's a very athletic person. I love seeing her do her vaults. I love seeing her do, look at this. Yes, a reverse vault. Pulling it up. This is her art of motion submission. Obviously, she has a few tricks to put in there, but I think really if she had really emphasized her parkour abilities, she would be getting a lot further. All right, let's go back into it. Looking back at her performance. Lots of parkour in there, not gonna lie, but stops to break the flow. She didn't make use of the course very much. I mean, it was a very small run. I think it was a little better than her last year's performance, but I'm not confident that it's gonna pull her through. Now it's going to be up to Sasha Sheva to show us who's the real woman, tressus or female free runner boss. Okay, let's see it. 303. And there we go. Well, yeah. I mean, she's one of 2 females now because Sydney Olsen's out of it. Okay, Alex Shower. I don't know anything about this guy except for he got in from the onsite qualifier. So this is going to be his breakout performance. Okay. He's got some good flow. Oh my god, big move. What? Back precision. Oh, ooh, breaking flow just to grab the bars, but he's flying up. It looks like he's got a prepared line here. Oh my gosh, he's got some great precisions. That is a great run. I'd say that is up there with probably above Pedro Salgado, maybe in the 400s. Just because he's got some creativity, some big moves, great flow into those big moves too. Couple of hesitations I saw, but dude, this guy has some athletic ability, just being able to jump that far on pressure. I mean, we can all do it. We can all train to do these long precisions, and we all do it, but this guy is doing it on command in a competitive environment. He's doing these great bar precisions, the lache straight to that precision. Oh my gosh, that was probably his biggest move. He's still winded. And he's probably really excited just to be here. Oh, 308. I'm completely wrong once again. Yeah, it's some great stuff in the middle. Oh. Oh, that wasn't the confirmed score. So what's the confirmed score? Okay, so maybe they're deliberating. Maybe they didn't have a full score from the judges. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, he's got to represent creativity, which he did. Flow, which he did. Difficulty, which he did. I don't see, just because he didn't do a lot of flips or big flips does not mean that the stuff he did was not big. I mean, that lache to the lache to the precision that's a pretty big distance. It looked about 15 feet. Like, getting that looks so big. He had another run. Oh, dang, I didn't even time it, but he had another short run. 384. What'd I say? It was close to 400. He's doing pretty good. All right. Next up is Charles Zhuang, another on-site qualifier. Dude, I don't know anything about these guys. I've been out of the free running community for a while now, so it's cool for me to like get in here from a kinesiology perspective. Kong front. Okay, he's showing a little bit of tricking over in this area. because he's got a lot of flat room to play with right in that area. That's where a lot of people do their tricking. And oh my gosh, what was this? What is this little bounding? Very nice. Quirks. Oop, a little bit of a stumble. You know what? I think he's a good athlete. He's got a lot of potential. But I think his run needed a little bit of work. I would give him something around like 350. He's got a lot of little tricks in there. Shows that he's got some ability. The execution on those tricks, however, I felt was a bit in need of work. I mean, you could see at the end he tried to do that little butterfly kick, and he was just like totally winded. He couldn't fully extend out. It wasn't very big. There we got. Yeah. As the announcer said, little moments for checking. Breaks his flow. Okay, right here. There, see, look at that little like B kick or something. It was just really kind of tired and sad. I mean, he's a great athlete. I just think he needs to work on his cardio. For sure, to be honest. Everybody does, but it was, short runs. I think with a combination of really good really good cardio and pacing, you can make up for that gap between cardio and like burst. If you have the right pacing. See, 347 when I say 350. I think between the gap of like cardio and bursting, exploding, I think having some good pacing with good cardio, you can pull off a lot of big tricks, show that your control over the full course, and make a really good impression. And a lot of these guys don't do it, so I'm looking for a new athlete to show up and show them a different style of how to run this course. Tunnel flip. They call it a gainer side. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this guy's got some good moves. Some cool creativity. I like his little touchdowns, his little cartwheels. Another short run. Dang it, I forgot I forgot to time it again. That was another 10-second run, or 20-second run though. He had some good moves. I like it. Very creative. Like I think that's his strong suit. Wait, we've seen this guy last year, right? What's his name? Gosh, I can't remember. Anyways, some great, oh my gosh, like that tunnel flip or whatever they call it, side gainer. I love this touchdown double frisbee. Okay, double side. Look at that playing. He's really playing with the environment. He loves being here, and I think that's part of his performance that brings so much genuine like style and cheer. And I would give him style points just for that. I would say this guy's getting 370 to 390. I'm anywhere in between, depending on how much likability he gives to the judges. That's what I really wanted to see from Sydney Olsen too, like seeing that she, like, how much likability she has. I think she's got so much to offer as a pro athlete. Just being like, if you go to her her YouTube, you can see she has vlogs, and she's really branding herself. I don't know if she's doing it on 389. Oh my god, what did I say? 370, 390? Ooh, yes. He's in second place right now in this heat, which means he's going to the finals. If that's all six, right? That's all six people. And is it Pedro Salgado? Wait, who are they? Let's see the breakdown. Pedro Salgado. Oh, Valtteri. Okay. Valtteri. Yeah. This guy. I have looked him up. Pff, I'm stupid. He's the online qualifier. What did I have to say about Valtteri? Powerful. He's got a unique style. Uses his environment creatively. Yeah. Dude, I love... Are you conditioned? Last year, Pedro Salgado's shoe ripped, and he had to compete with a ripped shoe with his toes hanging out pretty much. And they gave him a second run because the first run, the cameramen were in the way. And I think that really hindered him. But this year, hopefully he brought second pair of shoes. Dude, I love to see Peter Parkour reppin'. All right. Yeah. So we got Wazloo and Pedro Salgado in the final heat. Wazloo, oh my gosh, this guy. I want to take a second to look at Valtteri Wazloo. No, Walsu. Valsu? Valtteri. He's got a funny submission video, but this guy has some creativity, just like his ability to link these motions together. He's got some big flips, like watch this. He does like a triple side. Triple frisbee. I love these recoveries when he like falls down. Go back. When you know the landing isn't super clean. He can just roll right into something else. And he does the little Kong movements. He's got a lot of creativity with his motion, and that's what I love to see in a parkour athlete. That's what I love to see in a free runner, just having all these different movements linking together so well. Even, you know, it doesn't matter if it's big. He's also got this huge cork. Like, look at that. So, good things to see from the final. I just love this. Oh my god, that precision onto that little ledge with a wall spin coming down. This right here. It was such a good run from Pedro Salgado. Okay. Advertisements. Once again, you can go to redbull.tv to watch this live. I'm a little bit behind because I've been pausing it, but that's been giving me time to give analysis. Redbull.tv to watch the whole thing yourself if you want to. I don't want to be like stealing the stream and saying that, like stealing their property. I just want to be able to give my commentary on top of this, especially from, oh my God, that was such a good precision, especially from the standpoint of peak performance and kinesiology's perspective. Seeing these athletes, they're all, I mean, as some of them are pro athletes, but they're, it's a very new infant sport. And so the training protocols and preparations for how these athletes are dealing with competition is very new, and I think they can benefit a lot from the sports sciences and peak performance sciences. Oh my gosh, I love Valsu Valderredi. Yeah. But yeah, I think they can really benefit from that. Oh. So the next heat. Jesus. So this next one is going to be a bunch of high-level big names. Bart van der Linden, DK, Nate Weston. These dudes are all competing in the same heat. So, and there's only 2 slots for them to get into the finals. Yeah, okay. Bart van der Linden, the reigning champ right here. He can show so much more, but everything's DK, 2-time champion, and Di Tommaso taking the slot of Christian Kowalewski, and this guy must be an on-site qualifier guy. Oh God, Di Tommaso's got some big jumps. He's another one of those tall guys. But Bart van der Linden, he's got these moves where he said before that he thinks he's the best free runner in the world, and he came and proved that last year. But the sport has grown in 1 year. The sport, as every sport sees it, just like what's his name? The guy broke the 4-minute mile. 4-minute mile guy. Or how about this? First 4-minute mile. La 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 la. What's his name? Roger Bannister. Yeah, just like with Roger Bannister, you get, as soon as you see it, as soon as somebody sees it possible, they do it. So let's see what he can pull off that's new this year to see if he can compete. This art of motion is constantly growing. Pulling off some good small tricks. Ooh, a little bit of a stumble. Oh no! Execution knocked. Ooh, but that was great. Jump in. That's the type of moves that Bart van der Linden can really pull off, and I don't think he really showed his full potential here. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it into the finals. But he did have, maybe he got on tilt. See, that's what I'm saying about like bringing peak performance into parkour and free running. Just being able to bring some sports psychology so that these athletes know how to keep from getting into tilt mode, or when they do, how to recover from that. But that was an awesome move. Just like he does these great, like, jump to the wall, kick the wall, and do a flip or cork or something like this. This right here, boom. But see like how clean and beautiful that front flip at the end was. But as I did not measure the time again, it was another like 15-25 second run. So I'm not too confident in Bart's performance. I would say maybe about a 360, because he had some good moves that he cleanly ran, but they were not interconnected. There was a lot of gaps. There was a lot of stumbling around. So I don't, there's two main stumble points. Maybe potentially breaking his internal flow, just breaking his thought and what he thought he wanted to do. And that's, I think, is the problem with having prepared lines. Having these prepared lines, yes, it's a great performance, but if you only practice with prepared lines, then it's really hard to deal with any sort of like change in momentum, any sort of change in what you're given if you have to improvise. And what's his score, man? I just want to see his score. They're really building up the drama. Oh, I like that. Wout van der Linden coming from the Tempest camp, though he doesn't. I don't believe he resides. 342. What did I say? 350? Or maybe 360, huh? Yeah, I think that's a fair score. I think, he's from the Netherlands, so I'm not sure if he has a long-term position or if he's been spending a lot of time with his teammates, who I'm pretty sure are much more regimented in their training than he might be. But he's, they're not even that regimented, because they're, okay. Nate Weston. Oh, ooh, I thought that was a slip up, but flip into a cat. Okay, do a little bound, kind of a side flip onto the precision, onto the rail. Another, oh my gosh, yes, he's showing some good moves. But is he done already? That was a 23-second run. Dude, like, they want more. Like, I feel like he just did not. He showed some good stuff, like some cool moves, but it just like, kind of ended at the like really quickly. Like the latter half was just like him walking down the course pretty much. After that bar stuff, I think he might have used up all his energy, all his adrenaline. But he did have some really creative, big, difficult moves. They were very tight. I don't know if you would call them big, but they were tight moves. They're very like in there. That side flip to precision from the bar onto the next bar. That opener to his run where it was like a cork. I don't know. I didn't even really catch what it was, but it goes into a cat. Like it wasn't even. that was an amazing run, or amazing show of difficulty with these moves. I think he's going to score really high on the difficulty, really high on the creativity, decent on flow. See, it looked like he was slipping, but maybe that's what he was going for. But boom, that's a great one. Straight into the lache, or the bars. That was a great section, a great moment in his run. But just kind of once he started going down after that, it was just all downhill. 23-second run. 400. Ooh. Friggin' A. Okay. What do I know? Yeah. Actually, did I even say what I thought? Dude, just imagine if he would have been able to, like, get further in his run, you know, like do a little bit more. He could have pulled off more, or he could have had more chance to show up poorly. But Camille, okay, he's on-site qualifier, so this is another guy I don't really know anything about. Nice little flip, or kind of like a vault side. Oh, monkey vault. Scoot to a back. He doesn't have too much flow going on because he's got these little bounds. These very little, this little gate. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to figure out where he's going. Maybe like he's freestyling it on this course. He's going back and forth on the course. I'm not sure if that's creative. Okay, an aerial at the end. I'm not sure if that was like a creative choice or if, you know, he just didn't know where to go. He's not used to competition, so he might be getting that little freeze up that you get when you're nervous. You don't know what to do, so you forget what he might have forgotten what his run was. Maybe might not have practiced enough if he had a prepared line. But this looks like it might have been an improvised run. He had some tight moves like the side flips, but the flow is hit with these little stutter steps, preparing for his motions, preparing for his flips. He's stutter stepping up to it. That does not look good, and I think the judges are really going to dock him for that. So I would say somewhere around like 330, 340. He might get a little bit higher with some of that flow, but I'm not so sure about the execution. I'm not sure about the execution or the overall flow. So maybe like, yeah, I'm going to go out and say 330, 340. What I would prescribe for this guy is practicing lines, like prepared lines, through the course, and then like an intense training of like where each week, maybe 2-3 times a week, just do improvised lines, improvised free running, because he looks like he does a lot of, see, 330, 340, it's 323, so it's right under 330. You know, like I prescribe like a lot more free running. I mean, I'm sure he practices the individual moves a lot, but he's not practicing the overall linking the motions together. But here comes DK, and he's got a lot to prove since he lost last year, and he's two-time champion the 2 previous years. So Red Bull athlete, as you can see, and let's see what he's got to pull in, because he's adding a lot of different b-boy, hip-hop dancing, break dancing into his motions, into his movements. He's a tricker, martial artist. But okay, so right now we're just seeing some parkour and free running. Okay, that was pretty good. Low landing. Has to spin around to kind of break his flow a little bit. He's not really showing off his tricking background too much. Maybe a little bit of that, but yikes. Okay, he's going to get a lot of points in difficulty, but I'm not sure about creativity or execution. His execution, he had a lot of low landings, a couple stutters. I don't know what's going on with DK this year. I think he's been focusing on his TV personality, to be honest, and which is great. Everybody loves DK. He's one of those humble guys. He's silly. But look, he could have turned that into a precision. He cut his dash vault short. Boom. That was a nice one. Oh yeah, the double side flip. That's a pretty big trick, but Let's see. Execution on that was a little bit low. If he had done that and been able to link it into another motion like a backhand spring or something, he would have been, I think he would have been in the clear. But I'm going to say like 360, 370 for DK's total run right now. They have 90 seconds. How, like, I gotta reiterate, these guys have 90 seconds to do this whole thing, and people are doing it in under 30. Like, you have so much of this course to play with and slowly work your way down. You can show your parkour skills in getting up the course, and I don't know if you have to end at that spot, but everybody chooses to end at that one spot. I feel like it's much easier to go up the course as well. So like what they could do is go around the side, do their tricking on that flat area, come, shoot across. Whoa! 391, that's an upset for me. I don't know. Bart van der Linden is out. He just couldn't show it this year, and you know what? I don't blame him. I think it's a different game every year. I think it's a different game. Here's Dominic Di Tommaso from Australia. He's took on Christian Kovalevsky's spot and joined in from the on-site. Whoa! At 360, but kind of tumbled, yeah. Stumbled around. He's got some good bounding. Oh my gosh, I love it. He loses his hat, but he doesn't go for that. He doesn't come back. Yeah, he's having fun. Look at that. Yeah, this is a big guy. He's got those flips where he can just extend his legs out, and that keeps him in the air. He's very airborne. But look at this little running and stumble, ending with a Kong. I think he was a little too excited. He didn't really. He finished kind of weak. Give him a 370, maybe 380. Yeah. He couldn't execute on even his beginning. Come on, like you can take it. You know what? I would say that was pretty cool. He does those 360s. I think the beginning people start really big, but you know what? They could use that to gain momentum. They can use the beginning to go for a more moderate trick or a more intermediate level trick to gain some momentum and really build up their speed and kind of like in performance confidence, so that they can go for these bigger tricks throughout, so they can warm you up, set a low bar, and then bring you up and kind of just pull, I don't know. It's a first impression, of course, but if you can break expectations, I think that is going to do really well with the judges. Oh my God, they're showing people off in the distance watching, which is totally new. Like next year, that whole rock face is going to be bigger, more filled with people. I'm going to get some water because I've been talking a lot. All right. Wait, did they even say the the score? No. Well, let's see. Let's see, Di Tommaso. What's his score? They're deliberating still. They're kind of fighting over it. Like, well, he showed some cool, interesting